We're going to do a lot of chatting, of course, about conference week. Um, if you were not there, you were missed. And I know there's a lot of different reasons why people can't be there, but we're gonna bring the fire and the energy like back to you guys. And we're gonna talk about some really fun things, and we're gonna plan for the next conference together. So that's kind of where we're going. But anyway, let's go ahead and run through some quick announcements and slides and kind of all the things. And then yeah. So one of the things we wanted to also just kind of mention quickly is that after we go through just our announcements and some of our slides and things like that, we're going to just have an opportunity for anyone that wants to share some of your either takeaways or your goals over the next like 30 days, 60 days, whatever kind of the time frame is. We'd love to invite anyone to share. So that's kind of coming up here in just a few minutes. So anyway, we'll get going until then. All right, we're back on the regular schedule here, regularly scheduled programming. So our team call today, there will be an FIF reset call happening with Amy Warren, and Daniel is sometimes on that as well. So I'm not sure who's running it today, but anxious to hear from two of you. And then the Leads Learning Hour put on by corporate will also be running a little bit later this afternoon. And so anyway, we'll hope to see you there. National call will be Wednesday. I'm sure they'll be doing a bit of a recap from conference as well. Sales deep dive call, just a training call where you can hop on, learn more about funnel, just kind of all the little tips and tricks with when it comes to the business that we do. And then stay tuned Friday for the Shank Master Agency call. And then here's just a quick slide reminding us about the FIF reset call with Daniel and Amy. Also, we've got Holly and Sarah Neal doing a great job offering their time to connect. So if you are interested in just learning more about increasing your skills, whether that be phone skills, practicing appointments, just asking questions, join these two ladies who have absolutely just developed their skills, and they're offering their time to share with whoever's interested. So hop on that call. That is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 Central. Couple of in-person events coming up, two advanced market boot camps, one in Dallas, one in Phoenix, and then an agency owner academy. Hopefully we get to see, have Kyle and Kristen represent their group. We'll see, kind of working out those details, possibly to attend that one. But what an opportunity that is for new agency owners to show up and meet with all the top people at corporate in Asheville. So that's always a great time. So that is coming up as well. And then, okay, guys, if you missed Denver, we would highly recommend that you don't miss Ignite in Dallas. We already know when it's coming, March 16th through the 18th. We also know when we're going to be in Denver for national conference. So here's a plug for a year from now. It's actually a little over a year from now. It's going to be in September, back in Denver, national conference. But before that, we are really trying to encourage this team to build your skill level and get what you need from conference to conference. So they're basically every 6 months. This Ignite conference is put on by like three of the big agencies. And so we want you guys to be there, and you're going to hear why you should be there as we go through just recaps of Denver. So please do everything that you can to put on Ignite on your calendar for March 16th through the 18th. Don't buy tickets yet, okay? We just want you guys to be knowing. We want you to know about this. We are talking just as agency owners about getting like discounted packs. So hold off currently, but we want to just encourage you guys to be inviting people to this event so that we can like double, triple the amount of people that were at the national conference in Denver. Any of our leaders want to say anything about Ignite quickly, if you want to, anyone?
Yeah, I know as leaders, we've just talked about building from conference to conference, and that is what this team is going to be doing with the national conference and Ignite. We had gone for the first time this year, and it was such an incredible event that we will never miss it again. So get your people there, not just yourself, because there's always going to be someone that people on your team connect with that we can't always connect with on just our team calls. And then just getting in person is the most magical feeling. So just know like we're going to be talking about Ignite probably just as much as we talked about conference and getting butts and seats. You're already seeing that in the chat from Jeff. But yeah, that's how we're going to be operating. Conference to conference.
Absolutely. All right, great. We'll keep moving. One of the things they announced at a conference was something they're rolling out, and it's called Fast 30. So this is kind of like a little bit of an agent activation, and I'm not going to read through all of this. You guys can also go to HQ and learn all about this. But if you just started anytime in 2025, so January 1 through today, and anybody else who comes on board from here on out, you will be invited to participate in Fast 30. And ultimately, it's just a way for you to get your business going a whole lot faster. So if you submit 5,000 in APV, you have 5 resets and an active funnel subscription. If you do those things in your first 30 days, you're going to win this magical blue cup. There's also kind of a part 2 to this. It's called the Fast 30 Hero Edition. Obviously, you can see the game is upped a little bit there, and this again is just encouraging people to get going quickly. You get not only the magical blue cup, but you earn a magical bobblehead, which is actually personalized with your own head, face, that whole thing. So it's not like a bobblehead of one of the owners or Todd Spivey or anybody or your AO or something like that. But this is a bobblehead of you. So pretty fun to maybe put that on your desk, or I don't know what you want to do with it. But anyway, just really, really happy that corporate has put this out before us. So anyway, we're going to be just promoting that. And here's just kind of a few step-by-step guides of what you would be working through. So it's going to start by just getting registered with SureLC, Basecamp, writing an app on yourself or a family member or friend, whoever, registering for Funnel, and then just promoting yourself and your business on social media, and just really creating a strategy in weeks like 2 through 4 with your upline or mentor to really get going with your resets and your 5K submit. Is it submit or issue paid? Let me go back. I think it's submit. Yeah, there we go. Just wanted to make sure. So anyway, we're going to be talking more about this, more details in HQ, but it's a great way to get yourself going. So if you started in January and you want to run through this, do it. We're going to, earn your cup or bobblehead, whatever it is you want to earn. So that's what we're talking about there. And let's just see how many bobbleheads we can get on this team. And here's just a little bit more on the strategy and the activity that you're going to be doing. Warm market, production and conversations about the business and, just appointments, how many you're setting, how many you're sitting with, how many applications you're writing. So go after that. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we've got some people to recognize and welcome to the team. So we just heard about Rothschild Dorson. Congratulations to you on being a Ready to Write. You are all set to go. Saw your credentials come through via email today. So great job. Excited to welcome you and get you going. Also, welcome to you, Stacy Worrell. Congratulations on partnering with us. We are so excited to have you. Stacy is out of California, direct to myself. And then we had the pleasure of meeting Lonnie Anderson and his beautiful wife, Tammy, right? Yes, sorry. I'm like thinking, did I remember that name right? Correct. Okay. Tammy and Lonnie Sanders, welcome to the both of you. Lonnie, we just heard that you enrolled in pre-licensing. It was so much fun to meet you at conference, which is why you guys were able to get that beautiful picture together because, guys, they weren't even like, Lonnie wasn't even signed up for pre-licensing yet. And they showed up to conference. So they've got big goals. Heard a little bit about them, the goals that they have while we were at conference, and just like, you guys can do this. You guys can do this. Stacy, also, I know personally too, you have some incredible goals that I'm really excited to just kind of watch unfold for you. And Rothschild, I'm sure that you do as well. I just haven't heard about them yet, but I'm sure you've shared them with Jeff. So welcome to all of you, and we're excited to be working with you. And somehow Miss Gabrielle Cucciara, hashtag Gabrielle Parton, was able to come home from conference and write an application. I love this new profile picture, you guys. Gabrielle was one of the very few people who represented the Danny Young Master Agency at conference. She did the karaoke. She was part of that karaoke contest. She sang 9 to 5. It was perfect. She did an amazing job. I'm sure someone has the video posted somewhere, probably on social media. But Gabrielle, you did a great job representing the team, and we were just so proud of you. You looked phenomenal, and great job. But congrats too on your application this weekend. Not wasting any time. Reminder about the Great 8, you guys. If you are curious about what's going on in your business, or maybe what's not going on in your business, remember to take a look at the 4 cornerstones. You have got to believe in what you're selling. Make sure that we're doing massive action, constant correction, personal development. What are we reading? What are we learning? What are we listening to? What are things that we don't need to be listening to or don't need to be reading? And then association, of course, the people that we are around. Conference is a great example of that. Who do we need to associate with more? And maybe whose voice do we need to quiet a little bit? In addition to the 4 cornerstones, just a reminder about the 4 keys to a successful week. Make sure that we are well resourced. Make sure that, and that's leads, whether it's recruiting or whether it's leads so that you can meet with clients. Make sure you are well resourced. Make sure you are following a system, the Symmetry system, that is. Make sure you have lots of activity, and make sure that you have, I say you, me, all of us, that we have a schedule that we are following, that we've got laid out, and we are sticking to. All right, last week, a lot of this business happened at the beginning of the week since we were at conference, but just as a master agency, we did 14,006 with 8 writers. Year to date, we're at 28 writers, 14 new, 857,831. So great job. And I also just want to give a shout out to Kyle and Kristen Gaines and your base shop for the growth that you had. You were recognized at the at Danny's master agency event that he had, just that 2-hour event that we had on Friday morning. So great job, Kyle and Kristen, leading from the front. You had wonderful growth and just represented your group very well. Also, we had growth, of course, in the master agency, not of course, but like we did. We are growing, you guys, and that's just all thanks to the people who are working hard on this team and doing what you want here, hopefully getting what you want. And if you're not getting what you want, we're going to be figuring out ways to keep just making that happen. Fast 30 is going to be a great opportunity to do that, but it was really exciting to have our agency represented so well. In addition to Summer and Jordan, we just had such a great representation at conference. So really proud of everyone. Congratulations. New Riders, the name of the game. So, rounding out the top, we've got Tim Coates with 5 new riders in 2025, Kyle and Kristen Gaines with 4, Team Romero and Kellebrew each with 2, and Morgan Van Ginkel and Jeff Lipson each with 1. I think I feel like this slide is probably going to double, if not triple, by the end of this year, just with the excitement that everyone is coming out of conference with. So, we're excited to just tell more people about what it is we do and see if this might be a good fit for them. 5K by Friday last week. Great job to you, Kristen, serving some families before you left for conference. So wonderful job. 5,698 for last week. And then in the Jennifer Gaines Base Shop, we had 4 riders last week, 4,259. Mark, great job, taking the #1 spot with 2 apps, 1328. Tim with 3, 1263. Jason with 1, 1218. And myself, 1 with for 450. Cut.
I threw a surprise slide in that Gabs made because I think this is just so cool.
Oh, fun. That's so fun. So this is kind of what I was just talking about, you guys. Yeah, we Danny Young does just a little 2-hour kind of meeting for his master agency. And it was just a whole lot of fun to look at the growth. And these numbers really are just comparing January through July of 2024 through January to July of 2025. So it's just so exciting to look at the growth with our agencies. And honestly, like Kristen said, like, or maybe Gab said it, but like, where else can you go? So much fun, you guys, to celebrate the growth. And yeah, go ahead, Kristen. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
rambling.
I just want to add too, like it's funny when you have your face up on a slide like this, like people will come up to you and be like, "Oh my gosh, congrats on your growth, Jennifer, Kyle, and Kristen. Like that's so amazing. Your numbers are so amazing." And it's
Mm.
like this is a team effort slide. Like Gabrielle's sitting next to me saying, like, "Look at your numbers, Kristen." I'm like, Gabs, those are our numbers. Like these numbers do not exist unless you're building a team of incredible people that serve families alongside you. So let this inspire you in the way that it's a team effort. It's not Jennifer doing 829 on her own pen or Danny who didn't write one of those single applications at all. Like this is the power of building and the power of a team.
And where is your slide? Is it
I was trying to rapidly get the screenshots in, but ours is also very fun.
well, where do we have it?
I don't know. I'm like trying to add pictures in as we go. Yeah. Oh, here, I can tell it to you guys. So we went from 377,000 to 436,000. So we were up 16%, which is awesome.
So fun.
Yeah.
So fun. And yeah, it's just great job, you guys. It's just so much fun to see the growth. Like you said, Kristen, nothing happens without the team. I mean, we all come here as a person of, one. Like we all come here as one. And if you're just a person of one, then you're a personal producer and you're going to have the opportunity to, hit top 10, top 20, top 50, whatever in personal production, which is fantastic. But when you begin to build a team, it is a team slash group effort, and it's a whole lot of fun to be a part of. So, we everything that we do in the Gaines agency, like that is represented in Jordan's numbers, and everything that the Gaines agency and the Shank agency does is represented in Ashley Tarr's numbers and then in Danny's numbers. So it's something to be proud of. And we are. No shame in that. All right. Oh, fun. Look at that. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing some of this for the first time. So great picture of you guys in the Kyle and Kristen Gaines Base Shop last week. You guys had 4 riders, 7 applications, 9747. Kristen with the #1 spot, 5698. Daniel, 1 app 1722. Gabrielle, 1 1374. And Kyle, 2 apps, 954. Love that picture. What a great crew there. That's special. And then here's where we're sitting for the month of August as a master agency, 13 riders, 2 new, 52 apps, 47,861. And then everybody represented here, 1 through 13, writing applications and serving families. So great job to all of you. Very fun. On our 100 families served slide, in 2025, within the Gaines Agency, we have served 712 families. So again, every family represented here, 1 through 712, just this represents a family that was not protected before one of us sat down with them and wrote an application and were able to protect them. So very, very special slide. And let's just get more people serving and more people on the slide and bumping up those numbers to 10, 30, 100, 150, whatever the numbers are. Let's just keep doing it. Keep serving. Road to Agency Owner. We actually have 3 teams on the Road to Agency Owner, Cucciara, Coates, and Romero. So Team Cucciara coming in with 2 writers, Daniel and Gabs, 14,767. With Team Coates, 4 writers, 16,125. This is, of course, month to date. And Team Romero with 2 writers, 2,444. If you're looking to connect with one of our leaders, you can go ahead and schedule a time to do that. Talk about strategy, hurdles, questions, whatever you've got. Here are the links to do that. So schedule a time and we would love to connect with you. Aw, this is fun. Let's see. Kyle or Kristen, would one of you be willing to kind of talk about the next couple of slides?
All you, Kristen.
Oh, wait, please chime in.
I
Man,
will. I will.
this was a photo of, I think, everybody that was able to and invited to our very special kind of Connect Dream Leadership Day, Retreat Day on Tuesday. And I've heard people here at Symmetry say, like, the small rooms are the rooms you want to get in. And I feel like as an agency, we've never really had an opportunity like this to get in the small room until this year. And to be a part of this day was something so stinking special. Like, I would just say, like, I can confidently say, you want to get in this room next year or anytime we're doing this again. It was just a day of just transparency, authenticity, just real figures as far as getting your road to ownership, why ownership, associating with everyone on the team that at this point in time is currently building and chasing ownership. There were some tears. It's just like because this business is so much bigger than just insurance, you guys, like it was such a sweet day of connection. And it was at Jennifer and Kevin's beautiful home. So we will definitely be doing something like this every year. And I just would love to see more of this team in that room. Like we need you in there. Um, I don't even know what else to say. Feel free to chime in.
No, there's really nothing else to add to that. I think yeah, we've all heard like big decisions happen in big rooms, right? Like that's what conference is for, and Ignite is going to be for. There's big decisions and big, things happen in big rooms. But again, to your point, Chris, the small rooms are, I think, where you get to fine tune and again plug into the people, the vision, like the direction. Daniel was a good question asker. I'll just leave it at that. In this small room. But again, it's a space to be able to see like where are we really going like as an agency, as a master agency, and again just get laser focused on like why we're here. And to everybody that was there, love seeing you guys there. And to the point of, I think it was Gab said it, but we have more room. Not not much room. We may need to find another place, but there is more room for these types of meetings, y'all. So
Yeah.
let me get there.
We can go to the next slide. This is just kind of a couple of videos of what the day looked like. There's no audio, but I mean, if you were in the room, you know what it was like being in the room. I just would love to say too, like top down, Jordan down, you guys, like this agency as a whole is just going to be such a force for good. And I just want you to know like what you are a part of and the people you get to be a part of this with. I have not seen an agency like ours across Symmetry Nation. Like, I think we just have the most special group of people. Um, I mean, again and again, I'm like, I would be proud to have any person in my life in a room like that. And I leave these events wishing I had more of them in the room. So, I mean, where else can you go?
Yeah. Absolutely. I know for like you guys have said, like for so many of us, this was it was just absolutely the best day. I know Jordan Shanks said it was like the in the top 5 best days of his entire life. And so that was pretty special. We actually we did wish that like the whole team was there. But we do want to invite more next year, and if we have to find a bigger place, then we will. But man, it was literally the best. So we want you guys to know about these things, not so that you're like feeling bad that maybe you weren't there, but to like encourage you that we want you to be there. We want every single one of you to be there. And so we're looking forward to that again next year. And who knows, maybe we'll just randomly do an event like this in the middle of the year. Who knows? I don't know. It was just so much fun. It's fun to get people together. And then here is a wonderful picture of the master agency for the Shank Master Agency. But here was just the group of us, everyone that was able to be. There were a few people that were not able to make the photo that were at conference, but this was just fun. This slide is represents more people this year than last year. And the other really cool thing is just the number of people that were at conference last year and are here again. Like you're at this conference as well, still here, still growing. And so this was just a really happy slide. So we're ready to like fill up this staircase. So oops, sorry. I don't know why this isn't moving.
That should be it for
That's the
surprise
last one.
photos. Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to get more in.
That's great. Very good. Okay. All right. Well, I'll stop the screen share. Somebody make sure and tell me, did the screen share actually stop today? Okay, great. Very good. Daniel and Kyle were holding hands. That's sweet. Very good. Anyway, so yeah, guys, we wanted to take a few minutes and talk about one of the things we learned so much at conference, you guys, and we're all there getting what we need. What I needed at this conference is different than maybe what Anna was looking for or what Daniel was looking for or Jeff. Like we're all kind of in different spots. But the other piece is Thursday is a day where you hear from a lot of main stage people speaking on the main stage and just about some of their journey or their encouragement, their just inspiration for each one of us to have, and we each have the same opportunity. Every single one of us has the exact same opportunity as Sarah Reinecke, as Danny Young, everybody. And so it's just about what we want and how do we want to get there. So, and how quickly do we want to get there? So we wanted to just take a few minutes and give an opportunity for the rest of this call just to have people share either what maybe a takeaway was. Really, we'd love to hear what did you learn that you either want to implement, an action item that you can do here in the next 30 days. They recommended, I think was it Chris Leak that said, 3 things, no more than 3 kind of for the next 30 days. And then take a look for the next 60 days and at 60 days and kind of see, okay, where are you at with those things and kind of what's next. So we wanted to just hear from those of you that would like to share any of those types of things. So kind of open it up. Kristen, did you have something to add?
Yeah, we were kind of talking, we'd love to hear if it was your first conference, maybe hear from a few of you guys first, whoever's feeling
Mhm.
brave. And then the multiple conference goers maybe after that.
I'm happy to share.
Yay.
Great. Go, Jeff.
So this was my first conference, not my first Symmetry conference overall. It was my first annual conference. So, the perspective of, first time being in the room with 4 or 5 thousand people. But one thing that I definitely can say, because now I've been to two, right, two consecutively, and Jason, I think talked about this a lot, and they said it on stage too. Like we are in a conference to conference industry. And there is a reason why they are spaced out in and around 6 months from each other. And it's because we need this for so many different things. Like, yes, there's takeaways, and like I did some reflecting over the weekend, and have my list of like took my notes and then made notes from my notes type of situation. But overall, like there's if you ever need a reminder from a belief perspective to buy yourself more runway, right? Of like why you're waking up to do this every day, that's why having your butt in these seats is so important, because you realize how many other people are either have figured it out or are also on the path of figuring it out, and it's not rocket science. And then a lot of the answers to how it gets done is right there. So when you see that from two conferences in a row like that, it starts to make sense for why do I show up? Why do I go there? What am I learning? What am I gaining out of this? So some of it is tangible and other is intangible. Um, Very high level, like tangible, one funnel. You need to be on it. We all need to be on it. We all need to be using it for just so many different reasons, but it is so much more efficient. And I think really like changes the expectations of like what is the right amount of activity if you're trying to succeed, and it just blows I think old numbers out of the water from that perspective. um Two, debt-free life. Like forget even like resets, like yes, reset people with current leads, but also just like direct outreach for debt-free life, reaching out to old clients about debt-free life, reaching out to your warm market about debt-free life, being intentional about debt-free life. Talk about like big impact and big money, like that is where it's at. And there's just a lot of belief around debt free life and the resources that are also now being made available to us, from like texts and videos and things like that that are now available for us, debt free life. um, so I'm going to be sending out a lot of texts and being more intentional around social media, stuff like that, around debt free life very specifically. um, and then the last takeaway I think is just more like along the theme of Fast 30, just more structure and discipline around how we activate agents and help make that process for new people just really clear. Like how do we just get all the mud out of the water so that it's crystal clear to help people ramp up as quickly as possible. So those are, and I have some, some little things that I'm planning on implementing around what that looks like, in addition to obviously leveraging Fast 30. So that's it from me.
Love it, Jeff. That was I love what you shared. There were some great things that they did put out at conference. Just ideas around like, we have leads at Symmetry, which is a massive blessing, but there's also a whole lot of ways just to reach out and let our friends and family and just our circle know what we're doing. Like make sure that people know what we're doing. We don't have to ask them for their business or do they need insurance, but just ways to say, hey, take a look at this. Do you know anyone? Everybody has debt. Just about everybody has debt. I won't say everyone because that's probably false, but the majority of Americans have some level of debt. And so that debt-free life, Anna, I'm just looking at your little one, like, woohoo! Get excited about debt-free life. So, anyway, but yeah, just the tools that's coming out from corporate, just little things that we can be using is really exciting. Thanks, Jeff. Who else?
I'd like to go next. Oh, okay, go.
Jamie, go. You're up next.
Okay. So great week. I've been to lots of other conferences, but this one was just not Symmetry, but other conferences. This one was really special. And so I came home. First of all, it was great meeting everyone. I've made so many new friends, and I'm just very thankful for that. And I came home and I filled out my card and I'm writing my vision. So, my 60-day goal, based off of the information that I've learned and what I took away, is I want to have by the end of this month 5,000 APV in a new rider. And then I've broken it down every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks in September, 5K, a new rider. The next 2 weeks, 5K, another new rider. 2 weeks, 7,500. And then rider. Another 2 weeks by the end of October, 10,000 APV and a new rider. If I take a look at the dates, it takes me to 37,500 APV and 6 new riders by the end of October. And then what do I want by the end of the year? November, 20,000, December, 20,000, with a total of 6 new riders, which would bring me by the end of the year to 77,500 APV with 12 new riders. And I'm doing this part-time, so that might be really a stretch, but you can't get there if you don't stretch it. Other exciting news is not everyone knows this, but one of the days I left the conference, my Uber driver wanted to know what I was doing there. And I said, oh, it was an insurance conference. But he kept asking more questions. And so I was really excited and I was talking to him. And pretty soon he said to me, I have a life insurance license, only life. And I'm like, oh, well, who do you work for? What do you do? And he said, I'm with First Family. And I went and Googled it because I didn't know about First Family, but it's another IMO. And as I was telling him stories that I learned at conference, he became more and more interested. So he gave me his business card. I reached out to him and gave him my contact information and said, watch these videos. And if you're interested, let's talk. And while I was at conference, I began calling my warm leads for recruits and making appointments for this week. So while on this call a little bit ago, got a message from Patrick, my Uber driver, and we have a call at 12:30. And he's
Let's
watched the
go.
videos.
Let's
I'm so
go.
excited. And
Awesome.
then I have a 4 o'clock appointment today with a young lady about the opportunity. And I have 2 appointments for life insurance tonight. And I have an appointment tomorrow afternoon with another young lady about the opportunity. And that's just from my warm leads. And
Yeah.
I haven't even worked the list, but I'm pretty excited. I just want to keep the momentum going. My goal is to leave my full-time job. It is unfulfilling. It is not fun. And I want to be able to fill other people's buckets and get my bucket filled by doing that. And so this is the opportunity that's going to do that for me. So I am jazzed and ready to go.
I'm jazzed.
I'm jazzed. Yes.
Who's jazzed? Jamie, that's so, so awesome. Like having you in the room and at conference, I knew would be explosive. Like you just bring a light and an energy that like this team needs. And you have a very powerful story. I can't wait for this team to hear about in the future. I'm just so happy you're here and we are going to carry that momentum with you. So that's
Thank
awesome.
you. I'm very happy. If it wasn't for you, Kristen, and me watching you and Kyle's journey, I wouldn't be here. So thank you.
Oh, love you. Gosh, who else? Who else?
Well, Lonnie and I can say a few things about conference. A lot of what I took away is that this is a big family. And having all these friends and whatever, but working on yourself because helping people is amazing. But if you aren't the person that you want to be, then that kind of takes away from what you can put out into the world. So a lot of what I learned was self-development, and I'm not a reader, and I will be the first one to say, but Jennifer's book that she gave, I have been reading, and I started this morning, so just wanted to let you know.
Love it.
Lonnie was reading it on the
I was
plane.
actually reading it on the plane on the way until they turned the lights off, and then I couldn't see anything. No, but yes, to kind of mirror what she said, the whole thing on it, that personal growth was a thing that I've never worked on myself a lot. I've always worried about other people and never really worried about me until kind of the conference and me and Tam talking, and it's something neither one of us has actually worked on. And I think that's one thing that is going to be one of our main things. And like she said, reading, neither one of us has ever been big readers. I've always been a person that's always just been active, 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 and I've never stopped to read. But like she said, I started reading that book on the plane, and it's already, I love it already. So I just want to say thank you to everybody.
And we love all of
And it
you.
was
It was nice
amazing
meeting
meeting
all of
everybody.
you.
And
I'm sorry that my name is Grace and I tripped on the curb and sprained my ankle. So, I kind of was not having a very. Next time will be better, I promise.
yeah, some of our goals are like our main goal right now is, I think, within the first 30 days for sure, is both of us to get through and get our license done. That's our main goal. I think like we've talked to you guys a little bit, but our ultimate goal for our first year, we'd like to be in agency owners within our first year. So we're hoping by next conference we'll be agency owners.
You watch. You guys watch.
We've already decided that this is something we want to do. We've never looked into doing this before, like selling insurance or doing anything. It's always been working for somebody else. And I think this is kind of gave us the spark to see what it's like to be your own person. You don't have to punch that clock 9 to 5 every single day. You're not working for somebody else. You're working for yourself and to make other people happy. You're working to make yourself happy. And then everyone around you, that just, it rubs off, and then everybody's happy. It works better. I don't know. I just think being around all you guys that we met, it was just so nice to meet people that were upbeat.
You decided there.
Yeah.
You were gonna
And
do it.
I decided there, I just basically went for moral support for Tam. And then after setting, I think through the second day, just watching everybody's amazing stories. And it just, some of them actually hit home. I was homeless at one point in my life. And, I just, I don't know. I just think it was amazing meeting everybody. And I have a lot more backstory. So you guys will learn a little bit more about me. So, but I just want to say thank you to everyone we met, and
That
and
was
we
great.
love you guys. You guys are great. You guys are great. And this is going to be an amazing team. It already is an amazing team. It's going to be super amazing. So we are super excited.
Yeah.
That's
I could
awesome.
cry of joy today.
That's so fun.
I'll jump in if it's okay.
Absolutely.
So I took about, I don't know, 40 or 50 pages of notes, and double-sided. There's a lot of them. And really what it boils down to for me is simplicity. And I got 3 that I'm working on. The first is my brand and building. So what I've realized, and with Jason's help as well, because we've been partnering in this, to get to the level that we need to as builders, we have to have a have to have a proper digital footprint, and that's not something that I have. And yesterday, I hired my son-in-law, who is very good. This is a
Woo!
part-time project for him. Um, and in concert with my brand manager, I think I can really do this right because he can do the heavy lifting of teaching me what I don't know, and I don't know where to go and get that knowledge. This is Facebook, this is Instagram, this is a professional LLC website. So this is where I'm going to take what I've done so far. The second is the productivity and efficiency element. I realized that I'm doing everything manually.
Hmm.
And I needed to know how to do it manually, but now it's time to systematize, and the tools are available. I mean, even down to if you think of, I'm still calling everyone or texting or emailing to remind people of interviews or to remind people of appointments. That's not necessary. So I'm going to take my productivity to the next level, and that's going to be funnel and getting over my anxiety with funnel because I realize people are taking their business exponentially. And then the third is growing myself. The reason I left my company of 30 years was because I wasn't growing anymore. And so why wouldn't I want to be growing myself exponentially here? And so I think of it as a three-legged stool. There's a physical element that I've got to get healthier. There's the mental element of perspective. And then there's the spiritual element. And that's to me a three-legged stool. If either of those legs aren't standing strong or one shorter than the other, it tips over. The stool won't stand. So I'm working on myself. And part of that is knowing my numbers better and being able to share those transparently with my team, because that's going to help their goals. And then resolution to every lead. Right now, I'm a hoarder in my mind. I can't throw anything away. And what my wife does is she hides it for 30 days. And if I don't ask for it, she throws it away. Well, leads are the same thing. Okay. Mentally, I have to get rid of the leads that aren't going to do anything for me instead of just letting them pile up. So this is kind of clearing house. And the last is maybe the most exciting. I stuck my nose into a conversation with Danny Young, and he asked me to bring my team for some mentoring. And so that is, I'm going to take him up on that. And I figure I figure it's not optional, but this is going to be a wonderful experience because he is so grounded and he's done this and he cares about people. And I think that's going to take my business to the next level. So those are the things I'm working on from conference.
Woohoo! Absolutely wonderful, Tim. I can't believe that, not I can't believe. I'm so impressed and just so excited. The way that you have changed in the last, I don't know, I guess year and a half-ish, especially the last 7 months, 7.5 months, all of 2025, that you left your job, fired your boss, and brought people to conference with you. Quality people. So wonderful to have met Mark in person, Monique. I mean, so great to meet Monique. So, I mean, Jason, of course, but like, man, so fun. So, Team Coates, rocket ship, excited to see what you guys do. So fun.
It was really a great week.
Mm.
And I was exhausted when I got back, but it was
Yeah.
really a great week. As soon as I adjusted from my Michigan time to Colorado, I had to adjust back. So yesterday was a good day. Thank you.
Awesome, Tim. Yeah, what's tired, Monique? I mean, what's tired? Um, I'm gonna, we only have like 10 minutes left, you guys. So Kyle, Kristen, Daniel, Gabrielle, I don't know if you guys would be willing to hold off on sharing yours, and maybe we could do this next week because Daniel Daniel kind of challenged some of us just as leaders about really where we want to go as a team. So I'd really love to share that maybe when we've got some time to do so, and to include you, Daniel and Gabrielle. And so if we've got maybe a couple more people that would be willing to share, that would be great.
I'll just go real quickly. That way we can
Great.
get a lot of other people in here. But just to reiterate what pretty much everyone else says, I'm just so thankful to be a part of this team in meeting those who I met. I know I didn't meet everyone, but the I like to call it the Colorado Springs crew. You guys are absolutely fabulous, and Jennifer, thank you for, I guess, bringing me on and trusting me in here. I've got a interesting kind of background and story, which I'll, share kind of at a later time. But I think Thursday was one of the, top days that I've had in a very long time. So it was incredibly special. And then tacos and whatnot, just kind of, chit chatting was pretty special. So, uh, just kind of what I'm, forecasting for the next 30 days. I passed health state the day before conference last week, and so now I'm halfway there. So I'll finish life here in the next couple of minutes. But from there, just really putting together a schedule. Two young kids, it's chaotic, but it needs to be done. So kid drop off, gym, Zoom calls, dialing, that sort of stuff is really going to help me, just start moving forward. Um, and one of the breakouts, I think it was Jason, there's a lot of non-negotiables that I am going to start implementing that I think is incredibly important. And then personal development. I think personal development is going to, put me on the stratosphere of not only, personally, but professionally. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. So again, thank you so much. Love you guys. And real quickly, this group really is special. One of my best friends that I've known for about 25 years. We didn't know it at the same time, but we kind of started doing symmetry, and we just had about 3 months ago, had a catch-up call, and we both realized that we were starting symmetry. We're both in film and TV for 20 years. And I met, some people from his group, wonderful people. They're not like us. They are not like us. And I truly believe, we are one of the best base shops, in the entire country, just from, absorbing everything in, and it goes everything back to you, Jennifer. So thank you and everybody else that's part of it. So kudos to you.
Woo, fun, you guys. Thank you. That's so fun, Chris. I love hearing this. This team is special, and it is us, and it's always team, and it's like, man, I don't know. I could have a whole talk about like when I first came here, just as a person of one, and you guys are all going to have that story of like you came here as a person of one, and then you get to invite people to do this with you. And man, it's just special. I literally, like, I'm clenching my hands because it just means so much, so much. So thanks, Chris. All right, I think we have time for one, maybe two more. Anybody else?
Yes, Jeff, I will go. I don't know how to follow that up, but all right, Chris. I would say my main takeaways from conference, which as a whole, I said it so many times in the week, I was just honored to be there, to be in a room with that many people of such high standards, not only for themselves, but for their team is something so incredible and special that you don't get anywhere else. Um, but I would say my main takeaway was to be able to give myself permission in this space to do what I know I'm capable of. As a wife and a mom, it's hard to spin the plates and balance everything. And I almost needed somebody else to give me that permission that it's okay if I go all out here. I am allowed to do that. Um, and I mean, my husband, my dear sweet husband, has been challenging me to do that for so long, but in my head, I still wasn't able to because I didn't give myself that permission. So I'm very excited to see what that looks like over the course of the next couple months.
Wow. Anna, man, there's a lot of little chatter about you, Anna. All positive, all good. You are, I think I told you, like you are just one of the I love looking at your face. Like you are just so, you make me just like smile, happy. Like when you like, yeah, your expressions, I just feel the excitement and the joy from you, which I love. And that is contagious. And that's going to, uh, you're going to build what you're going to build because of who you are. And I just love who you are. I'm so glad we got to be together with you in person. So fun. All right, guys, one more. Anyone? Oh,
Yeah,
Chris, you want to say something? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have.
No, I just want to hear from everyone. I'm like, can we rapid fire a few more?
We can.
I'll go quick. I was really wanting to just see, the culture in person. This was not my first insurance conference, but it was absolutely my best conference. Everyone, it's hard to tell on Zoom, what people are really like, but everyone is so genuine, which I really, really appreciate. There was no, thanks, Jason. Yeah. Even if it's someone just telling you you look like Elon Musk, it was an awesome week, just really connecting with everyone. And yeah, just having the breakouts, that was something I was really, really looking forward to. And it just helped clear some of those mental roadblocks. And let's go get that bobblehead.
Yes. Love that. It's not 11 yet. We still have time to hear from more people.
I'll make
I'll
it very
go.
brief just because
Good.
I don't like going over. I won't be Danny Young. I won't be that bad. But my biggest takeaway was just the word intention or intentional. Whether that be with making your schedule for the week or actually sticking to the schedule of like you block out an hour for dialing while you went through all of your leads. Shoot, okay, now I got some free time, like spending that full allotted time that you set aside for dialing or recruiting. And I'm like actually setting aside time for recruiting or posting on social media or just reading a book and actually growing myself because I said it in the chat that your business can only grow as much as you do. And that really hit home for me. Just because I've been kind of walking through the motions, not actually trying to grow myself. And so actually trying this, and I actually like sat down last night and scheduled out my entire week, leaving no blank spots, no open time from like 8 to 6. All of it's filled with something. And so seeing if I want to stick to that, actually planning out my week and just seeing what actually comes of it 30 days from now, 60 days from now, just to the end of the year. So intentional.
Gosh, I just have to highlight what Jamie put in the chat. She was like, quiet thunder, huge lightning. Like, I couldn't have thought of a better phrase to describe you, Morgan, and just watching you soak in conference was so cool. Putting yourself out there and go introducing yourself to Angel, like good job. Like it's hard doing stuff like that. And yeah, you remind me of her. And if we all recall, she is growing something really special. And so, yeah, just so glad you're there, Morgan. Excited to watch you lead your team with intention.
All right. Anyone else? We don't have to stop right at this moment, but if there's anyone else, Jason, were you starting to say something?
Yeah, I'll go real quick. I just had well, I had probably like 15 takeaways, but I'll narrow it down to like a quick three. Um, I know Jeff touched on this, but I think debt-free life, Jeff and I were having a discussion about how the founders were kind of positioning it, and I think a lot of people don't realize how important it is. And I think a big amount of time for me is going to go towards learning this thing. I was already talking to Daniel about I don't have any debt, but I see infinite banking as a huge value for me and in this business. So I was planning on meeting with Daniel and learning more about it. And I did a breakout on debt-free life, and just hearing one of the guys talk about how his submit went from 20,000 a month to 110,000 a month overnight, going from mortgage protection to debt-free life. I mean, what more evidence do you need? What more proof? And then hearing Danny Young talk about the fact that this is a speed game, that hit me really hard. Hearing people AO in 8 months, and a big thing of going out there was seeing some of the top producers speak, and just hearing a framework of booking 20 appointments sets you up for elite producer. And then lastly, I think with this industry, a lot of people quit before the miracle, and something Tim Coates always talks about, don't quit before the miracle. But I think the way that you stick around is the conferences, attending the meetings, and then also a big theme was writers with writers. So that's a big thing. I want to always have somebody underneath me who I believe needs my help. So that's going to be a big focus for me of urgency. Is I'm not just building a team to build residual income, but I'm building a team, people that can hold me accountable and keep me on this path. Because I feel like if you stick around long enough, it doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna figure this thing out. And I think long term, this plan, this program, it beats out anything out there in the world.
I couldn't agree more. I totally agree, 100%. Jason, thanks for being there, and really for just like giving our team that vision of like, we're going to build this thing conference to conference. Like you said it first, in this group. And so thank you for that. Love it. Well, we're going to probably wrap. I wish we didn't have to. Anything else? Anything else I might have missed?
I just want to highlight what you just said, Jason, and I think we heard it from stage. It's like when we build a team here, like your team doesn't go to work for you. It's not how this thing works. Like we as leaders go to work for them. And I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like such a theme of like building culture on this call in particular. And I know we're going to just take that and run with it, but I'm just excited to go to work for our people and our people's people. And if you're a builder, I would just challenge you with the same, like, let's outserve one another.
That's great. That is really great. Well, I appreciate everybody sharing. We're gonna definitely share more about just our vision. At our builders retreat, we did a lot of just connecting, dreaming, like planning. And so we want to share more of that with you. Thank you, Daniel. I think you might have hopped off, but appreciate that challenge from Daniel. So anyway, we're gonna share more of that. If you did not get the Morning Miracle book and you would like it, please send me a message in Slack and give me your address and we'll get one to you. So I started it today too. So really, really excited about that. But anyway, guys, let's go have a great week. 2 more weeks in August, like it's crazy. And then we're going to be in September. So let's go just have a strong finish to August and we'll see you in the workroom.
Bye, guys.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good week.